Okay.
So,
I saw that. I see I see that we may take it on YouTube. It's
okay.
okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Kristina Miteva, I'm very pleased to have you today for an interview. Probably there will be other ones because this one will be uh, uh,
Mm-hmm.
approximate in terms of technicity and all of this. But anyway, anyhow,
Mm-hmm.
I'm of course very honored and immensely pleased to be able to talk with you today. You are a writer, an author,
Mm-hmm.
an editor, a prolific author, actually, and you are also a content creator on social
Yes.
networks, and uh, and you are a Bulgarian lady as well. So perhaps first of all, I would love to uh, hear you tell us a little bit about your country, Bulgaria, and then we will switch back to human production. Just to start with, because I live in France, and I'm not sure many French people are conversant
Mm-hmm.
with Bulgaria or even in the USA or
Okay. Um, Thank you for the invitation first. It's very nice to meet you here, and I like your work too, as you like mine. So we are really friends online, just for now. For Bulgaria, yes, I'm from Bulgaria, and I was born here, and I live here all of my life in Sofia, the capital city. And my country is in Eastern Europe, in Southeastern Europe, next to yes, between Greece, next to Turkey and other Macedonia, Serbia, Romania, and the Black Sea. We are nearby um, many countries of the Balkans, of the Balkan Peninsula, and nearby Russia too, and many other countries here. So I may say that it is a sunny, um, nice place. The Bulgaria, it's not a very small country. It's not big, although it's just the size for for 6 million people right now. Or these are the statistics in Wikipedia and so on. When I was born 40 years ago, we were 9 million people here, but many Bulgarians left my country, and I'm from those people, those Bulgarians who stayed and live here, um, where 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 we were born, and we have a lot of sunny days, and we have a lot of cold days too. We have 4 seasons, and the things that Bulgaria is known of are nice things, really nice. I mean, the roses in the Valley of the Roses, which is in the center of Bulgaria, and is a very nice place, really, next to a mountain, nearby a mountain. And other things are the yogurt, and which is very, very useful for the body and the health. And other things are Orpheus, which is a mythological, but maybe a really person that lived here in the Rodolfo Mountain before many, many years, and so on. And you know that you especially know that I'm um, a person that likes very much the teaching of Benisa Dunu, Peter Danov. He also lived here in Bulgaria before 1 century ago, and nowadays there are more and more Bulgarians that discover his teaching, which is very nice, very useful for all of us, and maybe all over the world. But I'm part of Bulgarian groups that get bigger and bigger every day, we may say, and that are dedicated to remember what we told us. And it's very, very, very much about our times, about 21st century. And it's very useful to read it, very, very beautiful teaching, I may say.
Yes, yes, I know some of
Mm-hmm.
it because I'm myself a student of a spiritual guide,
Mm-hmm.
Amara Michela,
Yes.
whose spiritual guide was Ben Sadun or Betadana. So, thank
Mm-hmm.
you very much for this brilliant and beautiful presentation
Thank you.
of your country. I visited it actually, and I was overwhelmed by the beauty of the scenery, the mountains, the Rodopi Mountains, the hills, the sea, Varna, and Plovdiv. Wow, I sang in Plovdiv, by the way. So,
Yes.
uh, and I was not surprised, but very pleased
Mm-hmm.
to see that you have a vibrant cultural life in Bulgaria. And I would say that you're part of this cultural, perhaps renaissance, or that is happening in Bulgaria. And so,
Mm-hmm.
first, could you perhaps, well, tell us a little bit more about you as a writer, and how comes that at some point you
Mm-hmm.
decided to say, look, I'm Christina. I'm going to tell the world about histories or about things. How come
Okay.
it come up?
Okay. My name is Kristina Miteva, and I'm married for 15 years by now. And I have a child, one child, which is a boy that's called Ljubomir. It's a very important part of my life that I'm starting with. And being a mother is a dream come true for me, especially. And uh, yes, I'm a writer. I'm um, a bit of a journalist also. And I studied culturology, the history and theory of cultures in Sofia University before 20 years already. And I have always had this love about culture, literature, and so on. My teachers in school and in high school and in the university, they told me many times that I write when we had to write something, an answer to question on the matter we studied. They told me not once that I I write very wise answers, and maybe this was the first step to me for me to think that maybe I have the gift to write. And when I had inspirations from time to time, not every day, but I started to write poems. My father writes too. Was had written two poems, and another time stories, not in poetry form, but in another form. And when I was sending them on email to friends, and their answers were always so nice for me, for the work that I made. That when I was a mother already, I decided to start publish books. Um, by now, there are just exactly 10 years by the first moment of the start of me publishing books. So this is not a short way already, and I have already 8 books behind my back. Let's say it this way, and I have an idea for many more, and I hope that God will give me the lifetime for accomplish more and more beautiful things. And the meaning, the meaning of the books, the messages um, in the poems, in the stories that I write and tell, are the main thing that makes me write and publish. I mean, I'm not a fan of the art for the art itself. I mean, I believe that art must be a servant of meaning, and meaning that can speak to everyone on this planet, to everyone that has a heart and mind of a man or a woman or a child. And that is a part of mankind. And I believe that an artist that thinks like this about his works is really a servant of God. Another, let's say this way, I believe I'm a believer. So for me, the things are this way.
Good. That's
Um,
a wonderful
yeah.
mission to follow and to pursue, I guess. It's
Mhm.
it's well, it's somehow we could call it a career that is a
Mhm.
career, but not in a business sense, but in the way that you
Yes.
I imagine a way
Mhm.
walking on this way, and it's a beautiful
Yes.
way. It's a beautiful way, and you have already produced a tremendous amount of books. I mean, you're at a very young age, evidently, and it sounds
Um,
quite surprising. I mean, you're a mother. I mean, you having
um,
many things to do on a daily basis. And though, could you
mhm.
tell us how many books you have already published?
Yes, I will show them. And first, I want to tell that the thing that allowed me to do so much work. I'm exhausted sometimes, but the times are very specific, and I can't stop doing in this rhythm my work. I mean, I believe that it must be like this, very intense, because the times are intense. And I hope that these books help people to make it through more beautifully, more with more faith and love. And the thing that allows me to be a mother and to keep up my daily work and write and publish and be busy with my other projects, is that the fact that my husband is working, and I can afford it to be at home and make make all these things, and I just have forgotten what is um, to to rest. Maybe. I mean, when I'm sleeping, I'm resting, but I just don't watch TV, or just a little, and so on. Let me show you the books. Okay, the first book is this one. It's called, in English, the meaning, the title is Planet Earth is Blue. Um,
Cla-
I was happy. I was really happy when I published this book, but I have chosen this title
yes,
because of the message in the book.
yes. Could you please again tell the title in English?
Okay, Planet Earth is Blue.
Ah, yes, of course. Planet.
Planet Earth is Blue, and this was the first book 10 years ago. I made it. I published it with a publishing house here in Sofia. And let me show you the second book. The title is my one of my colleagues and a friend of mine just made the picture of the sunflowers is in a Van Gogh style because we are fans of Van Gogh. And the title is The Sunflowers Get Reborn into Suns. I mean,
This,
into suns, just the sun is the sky sun, not sun like child.
it's very beautiful.
I mean, the idea of the title is that when we are watching something very much time, really much, and with love and with respect, we may be like this after time. We may turn into, I mean, if we are loving very much some music, maybe not this life but next life, if we believe in many lives of the soul, we may be a musician because we had so much inspiration about music as a listener. So the third book, um, it's the picture is a drawing of my son. He was 8 years old then, and the title means love is the first step to eternity.
Hmm. Love
So
that to eternity.
I love long and beautiful titles, I may
Yes,
say,
it's
and the and
the declaration
the
of life.
the it's a book also with a drawing of my son, and the title is it's from last year. It was published last year, and the title is "Life is a Journey, um, and Love is Home."
Wow.
So,
Again?
life is a journey, love is home.
Wow. Life
I
is
mean,
a journey and love is home. What's
yes.
tree?
I mean, I used another word, not exactly journey, but um, I think about it in English, to roam. Uh, to roam is to be whether in the desert or somewhere else. Not exactly a journey, but yes. And this book, I have two books which are based on my project One of Us Shares. This is the new book, the last for now, which is called the same way, One of Us Shares, and is published this year. And I may also show you the first one, which is very big as a human Bible. Yes,
Wow.
it's called also One of Us Shares. And let's see how it's very, very, very much interviews are here. Almost 2000.
Wow.
Not 100, no, no, not 2,200. Excuse me, excuse me.
200.
So, and here is a little book with poetry of mine and of my friend, which is called Nikolai Vladimirov, a friend of mine, also from Sofia, and is like a dialogue between a man and a woman, which is about love. With no hesitation. And this is a book for children, my first book for children, which is called the how I could translate it in English, the butterfly dream. The butterfly dream.
Plum dream. Yes.
With very beautiful pictures inside. And I made also this little um, compilation of quotes that are about humanity, about how was the word? When you love humanity, you are philanthropic. Philanthropic quotes. And these quotes are from Plato, from Dostoevsky, from Peter Denov, and many others, which are just very inspiring and beautiful quotes. And for now, that's all.
Yes, that's quite. That's absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. Fantastic. Um, Christina,
Mhm,
globally, you seem to be supportive and inspired
mhm.
by the vision of a better world, of
Yes.
a more beautiful world. So perhaps, well, you've already a little bit told us about it, but what are the values you cherish? That the values that you would like to enhance on planet Earth? Because I think
Mhm,
that's very important. Usually, we don't talk much about the values. We think that it goes without saying. Yes, perhaps, but it's also so much better when we talk about values. What are your values, Christina?
mhm. Yes, they are very important for me and not only for me. These values are peace, brotherhood, connection between people that is good, helping each other over nationalities, over everything. I know that you can understand me very well. I mean, these are values that are not from yesterday. They live in some hearts and minds from centuries. But their time maybe is in the future. I hope. It will be soon their time because um, unfortunately we see in the news they talk about what's going on our planet nowadays, and it's not very good. There are still wars, you know that very well, and it's uh maybe it's in God's plan for humanity, but and the suffering can make us more pure. Sometimes, in some ways, it has its meaning, but every parent in this world, I believe, or most of the parents, and most of the people are parents, mothers and fathers, and so on. Uh, want their children to live in more peaceful world, world that was described very well and very beautifully in the song Imagine by John Lennon. And these are the values that are in my heart too, that make me write and make me be some kind of a soldier of the light, as we may say it this way. I'm not a soldier, as Bira said, of course, but if there is a need of soldiers, this world needs soldiers of light, of some kind like angels. And you know that Peter Denov told us that all the all the culture of all the world of all the nationalities are is inspired by the angels, and I believe it is so. I believe it's the reality, and I'm thankful that the angels maybe like me as a as a person and as a soul who is seeking the light and love for everyone, and they inspire me to write beautiful things for other people.
I'd be that could be a nice movie. You see, there's an angel, and her name is Christina, and then she becomes a baby planet Earth, and then she starts to write to tell us about well, what's going on
Yes,
in the world of angels. I mean, it could be a
yes,
story. So yes, I think it's very helpful, and what you are, the
yes.
vision you have, it's very realistic as well, but it's very helpful. And
Mhm,
our conversation now to go on the subject of the Museum of the Good, because it's actually how I met you. You see, I have a few friends,
mhm.
Bulgarian
Okay.
good, that paints. I don't know, Peter, I don't know if
Mhm,
it. And at some point, I saw in some of the, well, the words they were exchanging, the messages, that I was speaking about a museum of the good that some Kristina Miteva was kind of thinking of. And so I thought, wow, that's a wonderful idea. So I messaged you, and that's how we met somehow on
mhm.
the web, because evidently I'm French, you are in Bulgarian, so we didn't meet. But
Yes.
what is that Museum of the Good?
It's a very beautiful idea, and for now it's on paper. Let's say it's so. But I hope that someday it will be there will be such a museum in reality, and not only in Bulgaria but in other countries too. Some kind of a chain of museums of the good all over the world. But for now, it's on paper because I just can find still the time to work on it more deeply and more seriously. But but I believe that when there is an idea, it's not enough, of course, to write it down and to remember it. But when it will has its time, maybe in the future. And I believe that ideas are not personal. They are something that we capture somehow from the air around us, and are part of a more beautiful world. And if other people uh, realize it someday, not me, for some reason, I still will be happy to know that I was a little part of this idea, and that I make made something to um, to send it to the world, let's say it that way. And I just want to show you another thing, or it's not so important to show you, but to say that I have published those part of my works. I are part of books that has been published in Russia and in India, abroad on East, and I cherish it very much. Uh, some kind of short story and the poetry, but I cherish very much the cultural links between people from different countries all over the world, and that's how we met with you, and you are part of one of my books with your interview, and I thank you for that, really.
With
And it's a very nice interview, very optimistic, and it's helpful for people. I translated in Bulgarian for the book, and for now my books are only in Bulgarian language, but I believe very seriously that the good things must be translated and transmitted somehow to the world. So translations are very important for me, and maybe the next step is a book abroad. Let's say maybe in France too. I don't know. Maybe we'll meet somewhere in my country or in your country in the future.
yes, or not.
Um,
With,
yeah, it's very important for a writer to have translations. For Bulgarian writers, it's very important because we are really a small country with 6 million people, and not so many people speak Bulgarian and read on our language. And there are many talented Bulgarians.
yes. Um, there were quite some Bulgarian writers that made a career in France. Actually, there were
Hmm.
Tsvetan Todorov and
Hmm.
Julia Kristeva and
Yes, I know them.
Kirill Kadinsky, and but the two best known are Tsvetan Todorov, and I personally like very much Tsvetan Todorov, and Julia Kristeva too is a fantastic, wow, extraordinarily intelligent lady that was
Yes.
quite at the center of cultural life. So
Mm.
yes, it's possible, and
Mhm.
I wish that
Yes.
your wonderful books get translated at some point because of course it's not always practical and enough to use Google Translate or DeepL or whatever.
Yes.
Of course, yes, a real full size human translation uh,
Mm-hmm.
would
Thank you.
be very interesting, of course. Um, as I remember, you say that, and of course, I'm as a tentative poet, I'm of course
Mm-hmm.
supportive of poetry, and yourself, you have a very poetic mind, and I think that one of your books is a book of poetry. Uh, could you perhaps say what you find attractive or special in poetry? Because I think that's very important to describe you.
Mm. Thank you for this question. Um, lately, I have written poems in my past too, but lately I write better poetry. I think I have graduated somehow in this art. It's really an art that is very specific, and I think that it's very important because it's another way to look to the world. I mean, the prose may be poetic, and my prose is poetic too. I heard it not once from other people that have read my books, and I'm very, very lucky, and let's say that way. I'm thankful and happy that I have these poetic feelings inside, and I may translate them in words and give them some kind of clothes of poetry. It starts with the start of the poetry is the feelings inside, some poetic thoughts, and when you can capture them in a really good form, that is like musical form, it makes a poetry in the end. A good poetry that other people may love, may read in special moments or in specific state of mind. And it's helpful. It's very helpful because our heart, I think our heart is not prosaic thing. I mean, the human heart and the human mind may be very full of poetry, and music helps very much for this thing too. And many people have poetic, poetical feelings, but cannot express them like an artist that. Maybe it's just a gift or an inspiration or a question of training, an exercise. I don't know exactly, but I'm on this way of, I'm on the poetry way.
Yes, there will always be some part of mystery about poetry, evidently.
Yes.
That leads me to perhaps another philosophically minded question, but to you, as a writer, as a poet, and
Mm-hmm,
as a mother too, and someone living in Bulgaria today, where cultural life, I mentioned this already, but it's
mm-hmm,
very, very impressive, the density and the vitality of
mm-hmm,
artistic life and creation in your country. Um,
mm-hmm.
what would be your definition of an artist? Its role, its mission, I don't know, but how would you project the pace of art and of artists, of course, in
Um,
society from your point of view?
yes, for me, an artist, a true artist, is someone that first of all, is a soul that has this feeling for itself as a soul, and a soul that is seeking for love, for truth, for true happiness and true life, and never can forget this seeking of love and truth. And it's a kind of remembering the vision of another world, which is a better world, maybe celestial, some kind of heaven on earth. But I think it's very important role in society because each profession has its meaning, its importance about society, but if we imagine that an artist is someone who doesn't forget that is a soul, first of all, it's very important as an example for all other people in this society to remember that they are souls in bodies, not bodies just like these biological um, issues in the world. And it's a very important role in the human culture and in the human society as a whole. I mean, really, each profession, each and every profession has its meaning and its importance, but without art, we'll be lost in the prose of this world somehow. It's an artist is the really, whether this is a musician or a poet or a painter or something else, or a singer, it's the poetry in life, which is very important for the soul. First of all, for the soul.
Wow. So someone in the world, please help this lady become famous and known to the whole world. I mean, it's the most fantastic definition of art, the most ambitious one too that
Thank you.
I ever heard. So yes, I think it's fantastic. So
Thank
initially,
you.
technically, I couldn't put it live on Pantera. Pantera is my YouTube channel. It's now
Mhm.
personal, let's call it this
Yes.
way, channel on YouTube. But I will switch this your interview over to Pantera. So Pantera is an idea that somehow you see, like we have Pan Africa, Pan Europe,
Mhm.
Pan America. Okay, why not Pan Asia? Okay, now the idea would be of
Yes.
Pantera. Terra in French it means earth, so Pan Earth, if you want. So
Mhm.
does this notion, this concept, this idea of a united world, how do you, I mean, I know that somehow you feel in tune with this idea, but could you perhaps uh, elaborate on it to say if you find it a viable idea uh, or just an idea that should be sustained, or how do you feel about it?
It's a very nice idea, really, and I want to give you all the support that I can, because it's like my ideas. They are not exactly mine, but it's like the idea of the Museum of the Good and so on. And it's about sharing. It's about, for me, it's the mind that appreciates that the world, the earth is, the planet Earth is, belongs to all the people of all nationalities. And it is a very, very important concept in our world, because nowadays there are still, as I said before minutes, there are still wars, unfortunately, and these wars are about boundaries, about um, nations, and uh, a state of mind that is very far from the concept that each and every man and woman and child must have a peaceful life and deserve it. First of all, the soul deserve it, so it can develop and give its aroma as a flower on the place that is planted. And I mean, it's very important idea, and I hope that more and more people will be on the side of ideas is Pantera, and these things are not in the news and on TV, not for now, but they describe the future. I think my work and your work is about the future, and my hope is that this future will be not some kind of future far away in the distant times, but nearby, very near, and very soon, and our children may live in a world that will be very different from the world that we live today, that we live in today. And we work for this. I work for this, and you work for this. And I'm so happy that we can meet each other and online, but online life in internet is a very important life too. It's very communicative and very important. It's the era of the Aquarius. I'm I have I love internet. I mean, I use it for good things, as you do also, and I believe that it will be like this in the future. And it's in the present time also, but in the present it's partly. I hope that soon it will be um, more worldwide, something that will spread worldwide as ideas for brotherhood.
Yes, yes, sure. Um, I think that was
Yes.
a really, truly wonderful interview. It just gives
Yes.
me, I mean, the impetus to go on and try to select and offer a microphone and a camera to people
Mm-hmm.
like you have the courage and the beauty to to tell the world what it needs and what it does it need. Well, we need beauty, we need wisdom, we need love in its higher form, evidently, of course. And so, thank you infinitely. Is there something that's finally you would like to perhaps to add, or we have this
Mm-hmm.
opportunity as yet?
Um, let let's say that I may add some of my inspirations before the final of the end of our conversation, which will be not one conversation maybe, but some of my inspirations in the years were the works of Dostoevsky. I love very much this Russian writer and romanist, novelist, and they're great works, really great. And many people around the world still love them in 21st century, and I'm so happy about that. And like myself, but not only, I love the works of Van Gogh because of the hope and the sunny feeling is inside them. The sunflowers, the sun, the yellow. It's a very warm. Um, it's the warmth of the soul of his soul. I think in his painting and in music. I love very much some classical works is Moonlight Sonata of Beethoven and some modern music like the music of Depeche Mode. I love them very much, and I love very much Seattle bands that were in the 90s when I was a teenager. Groups like groups of musicians like Alice in Chains and Nirvana, Pearl Jam, and so on. They are great songs. And I love cinema too. And a movie that I love very much is an example. The movie that is called I Am Sam. It's a movie with Sean Penn and Michelle Pfeiffer, and it tells the story of the relations between a child and his father. And the child was a little girl, and the father was a man that whose mind was a little bit a mind of a child. And when the girl turns turns 7 years old, they told the father that the society will separate them, and the movie is about love in its more beautiful and pure um, way. Love is an essence and a base of the life itself, and it's the soundtrack is very beautiful too. It's the soundtrack is with the songs of the Beatles and covers of their songs, and it's one of my favorite movies. And because I believe in love is is the main force in our souls that will lead us and guide us to a more beautiful future, and that's the hope of people like you and me, and I think not only of you and me, and many other people around the world. And I want to wish at the end of the interview to wish all the best and very nice Christmas time for all the people that will watch the video, um, because Christmas is near. And my wish for all of us is to remember the words of Jesus Christ, who is the guiding light, the example of a lifetime spent with love, with faith in God, and with purity, and with dedicated on the idea of brotherhood of men.
That's beautiful. That leaves me about speechless, which is pretty rare, I would admit. Thank you, Kristina Miteva. I think that it would be a very good idea to give the sources of the movies and artists and bands,
Okay,
and so that
of course.
yes, we will add it to the interview. Just done the done the
Mm-hmm. Endings.
on YouTube, and so I thank you immensely
Mm-hmm.
for this wonderful exchange, and I'm very certain that many viewers will like will need will be happy to visit your website, especially one of the shares, and
Yeah.
that again will be
Yeah.
written down on the YouTube
Yeah.
in the coming days. So thank
Yeah.
you immensely again, and for next time we'll probably
Yeah.
repeat this at some point. Thank
Yeah. Thank you very much too, and I wish you a great day.
you. Good
Very
continuation.
much.
Good day,
Yeah.
Bettina.
See
Thank
you
you.
soon.
Bye bye.
See you soon. Yeah.